Boys and girls, it's your boy Young King Cookson from self-isolation, quarantine, Nala Cookson Dome. Today I'm back on a favourite website that some people hate, some people love, old tier maker, but I'm not using it as usual. It's more like a ladder. I don't have it. I can't say that word as well, apparently. My last round review video, everyone go check that out right now. The card's just here. Got demonetized and stopped getting thrown out to people because I said the word. You know, I saw YouTubers saying that, but I was like, I'll just say it and it doesn't matter. But apparently, well, I got shafted for it. But nevertheless, yeah, so go watch that video. Click up this one. That one's a better video. I edited it more. But yeah, today I'm on tier maker, but I'm using it as more as a ladder template. So I'm here to try and decide if round one is the only round we play of AFL footy in 2020, how will the ladder look? So I've got premiers, runners up, top four, so third and fourth, 5 to 8, so you know the bottom four of the top 8, then 9 to 14, you know, just that big clusterfuck of teams pushing for top 8, then bottom 4, so 15, 16 and 17, and then the wooden spoon. So obviously there is a ladder, but you got to take into account for this anyway when deciding the premier, which isn't going to happen, you know, it's not going to happen. If it got called off now, there would just be no premier and the season would be done. But if I'm trying to decide a premier from what I've seen, I'm not giving Port Adelaide the premiership, even though they finished on top, because they played Gold Coast. And also I don't think that that a team like Geelong playing the Giants, who are potentially the best team in the comp, playing really good against the Giants for most of that game, would miss out on the top 8. So yeah, I'll talk through my thoughts and feelings and you can tell me what you think, but yeah, I'm gonna have a crack at this. So first of all, I think the Suns get the wooden spoon. You know, it sounds harsh, there's probably a lot of people's pick going into the year, even though a lot of people thought they were gonna do better this year, which hopefully we get to see them do better in 12 weeks. But yeah, I've got them wooden spoon simply because they got pumped the most by Port Adelaide, who, I don't know, they could prove to be a powerhouse of the competition, but from one round, you know, I don't think Port Adelaide, you know, the best team in the comp. So they got pumped the most by a team that I don't think is the best. Their corresponding team, Port Adelaide, however, you can only beat who's in front of you. So I'll put them in the top 8. But yeah, I still don't think with them pumping Gold Coast has them premiers or top 4 or anything. So I've got them top 8. Sorry, Port Adelaide fans, but if the season was to finish, I would not be awarding you the premiership, even though that's how you would probably hope it would go. In the bottom 4, I think the Saints only just lost by the smallest margin. So if you look on the ladder, I think the Saints are sitting 10th, right below North Melbourne, who just beat them. But I think, yeah, the Saints North Melbourne played awful. So I think North would just go above the bottom 4. But the Saints played awfully, and North Melbourne played awfully, and the Saints were pretty bad as well, but they had the game in control. North played good footy for about 10 minutes, and we got the dub. So even though we won, I've got us, yeah, just outside that top 8, which is I think where we're sitting. Yeah, but the Saints, that's awful if that's their best footy, which I don't think it is. You know, we've got a lot more of a season to see, but this is all I'm judging off that game. Also, what were the other games? Carlton versus Richmond. I think Carlton can avoid the bottom 4, I think. Ooh. No, they might have to sit there because their ball use inside 50 was just awful. It was quite awful. Guys like Jack Silvani, and he didn't get many touches, but he really competed well. And they made those entries look a bit better sometimes. Like, they got some goals out of terrible inside 50 entries. But Richmond really took the piss and yeah, I think the Blues played. I think they won the last 3 quarters of footy, but it was really, the scoreboard was really depending how hard Richmond were going to try. But yeah, Carlton, I think, yeah, they're bottom 4 for mine because they just can't kick to their own team. Richmond, I'll have Richmond top 4 because they didn't absolutely turn it on, but they looked like they could. So, in the coming weeks, if they played, if they had played a harder opposition, they probably would have been higher up the ladder because they probably would have put the foot on the pedal a bit harder. But yeah, they get enough to be top 4. They look very strong. The Giants are one that I believe, sad to say, runners up again. I think they probably had the hardest competition for a team that played really well. Like a top team, their hardest competition was against Geelong, and they again, the Giants just did enough every time the Cats came hard. So, but I think the Cats do enough to be top 8, even though they lost and North Melbourne won. I believe that Geelong showed more signs on the weekend than North Melbourne, which I don't think too many people would argue when you put it like that. Another team bottom 4, the Freo Dockers, they just did not try. They tried for about 8 minutes of that game and they nearly won. So saying that, I think Essendon, again, in that North Melbourne category, where they won, but it wasn't amazing. And yeah, the Dockers were very soft for most of that game, except for Fifey. You see that eye? Jeez, big man. But yeah, the Dockers put in a shift for about 8 minutes and nearly won that game. So yeah, very similar to the North Melbourne St Kilda game. The team that lost just goes a bit below the team that won, but the team that won aren't impressive either. Adelaide and Sydney was a tough one because it was a close game, but I don't know if it's a close game between 2 top teams or 2 bottom teams. At stages, it's like, geez, these teams look alright, and then at other stages, like, they couldn't kick the ball. So I don't know about that one. I think I would have them in both of them in that big clusterfuck of 9 to 14. Probably both a bit above North and Essendon, if I'm honest. Or Sydney won, so obviously have them higher than Adelaide, but they only just won, and I think Adelaide, I don't think Sydney looked too much better than Adelaide because they both dominated different stages of that game, so I've got them both there. Demons and West Coast, I think West Coast showed top 4 ability, possibly higher. Again, that was similar to Richmond. They only just played as hard as the Demons played. Like, it was a bit of a clinic at stages, but the Demons were really tough and played really well to stay in amongst it. So I'm going to have them 9 to 14, around about here. Just because I was thinking about having them top 8 because they tried really hard, but it was very similar to Carlton. I just think that, when the D's go forward, they're a lot more. They weren't super clinical on the weekend, but they were more clinical than Carlton were. So, I've got the D's a little bit higher. The Lions and the Hawks is a tough one. Very tough one. You know what? I think I might move Richmond down one. No, I might move... I want to put Hawthorn top 4, but obviously there's not enough spots there. So Richmond or West Coast? I'm trying to think who played better footy. I think... geez, that's tough. I'm going to say Richmond, and I'll move West Coast outside the top 4. And I'll put Hawthorn in because I think they played a strong opponent in Brisbane, and I sort of want to. This is going to sound really harsh, but I think I might move. I don't know. Nah, well, Brisbane didn't play too bad, and they lost by a fair bit. I think Hawthorn were really good, so I'm going to have to put Brisbane here, but I don't want to. I might move that. I might readjust that because they're the top of this. Because the way that, Brisbane played compared to all these other teams, I'm going to have to keep Brisbane there. I'll hold strong. The Friday night game, I'm going to have Collingwood as the premiers, if you haven't noticed. I think they played the strongest opposition and they pumped them by the most. So, I got the Pies premiers and then the Doggies here as well. Do I want to do some reshuffling? I really want to move Brisbane up, but I don't know how. I want to move the power down, but they had a pumping of a win. So surely if it's off the weekend, but I'm taking into account, maybe I'm taking into account too much how bad Gold Coast is going to be. Maybe Gold Coast aren't going to be that bad. But this is just off one round. This is what I think off one round. Hawthorn supporters, there you go. I did something good for the team, but it's not to please you. It's just what I think. I think Hawthorn played a really good game. Oh, I think that's just going to about do it. Yeah, there's probably some serious faults in this list, but I'm going to go with it. This is how the ladder would be. Obviously, I haven't deciphered it completely with 9 to 14. I haven't positioned them. There's just a whole bunch of teams there, but yeah, I think if the season was to finish and you had to give a premier, and you could, it didn't just have to be who finished top of the ladder. I think Collingwood would deserve the premiership. Yeah, that's all I've got really. Which is a bit stiff because you can only play who's out in front of you. So if Richmond played Collingwood and Richmond beat Collingwood, I'd give Richmond the flag, but they didn't. They played Carlton and they didn't pump them by as much as they could have. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to stop rambling. It is what it is. Thanks for watching this video. Yeah, leave in the comments who you think would win the flag and who I've put too high, who I've put too low. Yeah, I just want to know. Keep the aggression away. Come on. We need love and peace in a time like this, but I do want to know your opinions. But we don't need to be angry. Just take a deep breath and tell me your opinion. Don't come at fuck you, fat fuck. We don't need that. You're not getting your point across to anyone. But yeah, let me know. Drop a like if you liked it. Dislike if you didn't. If I dissed your team and you got feeling some type of way against me, drop a dislike. But it is what it is. Hopefully footy comes soon. I'm gonna go play some AFL Evo, the new copy. I've got it first. Nah, jokes, I don't. See yous.